All right, so in this video, I want to talk about the 99 dunk build I had made on day one of this game's release. Now, there's ups and downs when it comes to pretty much any my player, but especially when you have a 99 attribute. So I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, sub would, of course, mean the world. Let's get into it. The only reason I even made a 99 dunk was because I'm getting to that stage of my life where I just don't care about having that competitive edge to win, meaning that I don't need to make these meta players or lineups, and you'll see that I'm doing quite well with this player. Now, my player is of course, very good. There's things that I wish I would have changed. You know, whenever you make my player on day one, you don't know what you're really getting yourself into. You don't know specific requirements for animations or specific attributes you need to upgrade for certain things. Now, I will show you my player's attributes and badges and stuff like that later on, but right now I want to talk about the pros and the cons. And the number one pro about having a 99 dunk is that people see it, and so instinctively they think you're going to rim run. Especially if you do rim run the first time, it allows you to have open shots throughout the game. It's a very mind-numbing type of gameplay for the other opponent because they don't know how to react to certain moves or animations, especially if you switch it up. So a con to that, though, is that you're putting a lot of attributes or cap breakers into specific stats in order to meet these requirements. So you're missing out on other potential really good stuff. For example, I only have an 85 perimeter, which if I would have just upgraded 2 more, I could have used 5 cap breakers to get that 92, which gives you Hall of Fame clamps. And I mean, it's even more defense. So you're going to be sticking to the people on the perimeter a whole lot more. Now, this is your typical ISO build in terms of it's a lot easier to score, in my opinion, when you're just doing one-on-one because you have all this room to fade, to shoot a 3, to do a step back into rim run. Now, I can use pick and rolls, pick and pops. I can just have someone set a screen and me fade. These are things that you can do, which I will do sometimes. Again, you know, you got to switch it up. I recommend trying to do as little amount as possible to score the ball, especially early in the game, because you don't want to show them everything that you can do, especially if they're good. They'll pick up on it and they'll learn your tendencies and stuff like that. Now, that's a huge thing right there, that word tendencies, because when I play on my 99 dunk build, I want to dunk the ball. People will see that, and, you know, it has a huge problem, in my opinion, in terms of contact dunks, because without blur, you're not getting very many. Now, I'm not saying you should be able to dunk on everybody, but there's times that point guards are contesting me, making my meter go down significantly. And to have Legend Posterizer and a 99 dunk and a 90 vertical and have all the requirements, but still not feel like I'm having an advantage sometimes, it's a little frustrating. You know, now I'm not complaining by any means, saying that it needs to be buffed. I've realized that sometimes it's me and how I'm taking the ball, or, you know, it's just still trying to understand the game a little bit better. But there are times where it's like, I feel like I have a wide open dunk and the dude's to like the left of me or behind me, and my window's small. So it can suck. I ended up making a layup build, and I've had actually more fun with the layups. I won't lie to you guys, okay? They're also incredibly OP. If you know how to use the layups, I recommend doing layups over dunks. You will get blocked, of course. I mean, I get blocked on some of my dunks too, but I feel like I green or I make more close shots with layups than I do with dunks, especially since you can take off from further away. Some of the animations are crazy. But that being said, I want to dunk the ball, okay? All right, so in terms of shooting on this build, I have a lot of stats that are going to be quite similar to other people's builds, which is you have the 89 midi and the 83 3 ball. Now, that might not seem very high, but I promise you, it's really all you need, especially if you're a pretty good shooter. Shooting in this game isn't very difficult. I rarely miss, especially wide open, but I'm taking bad shots sometimes. Sometimes I mess up, guys. It's okay. All right. But on my other build, I have a 96 midi, which of course gives me better badges, such as Shifty Shooter on Hall of Fame and Deadeye, and Set Shot. So I do have Set Shot on Legend here. That's because I get it on Gold because of the 89 midi, and then I use the +2 for the Legend Shifty Shooter. But to just have your basic shooting badges already be Hall of Fame, it gives you a really big advantage, and you're able to shoot significantly better. But again, there's pros and cons to pretty much everything you do. The reason I really do like the 99 dunk, though, is because of one reason only, and you guys are going to hate me for it. That's because of blur. Now, you don't need a 99 dunk to use blur. All you need is an 80 speed with ball and maybe some dunk, and your meters will be huge almost every single time. Now, the huge difference I realize with blur and a 99 dunk is I'm activating that 99 dunk requirement a lot more frequently, meaning I'm just rim running and I'm holding down on the right stick, triggering an animation, and the bar is completely full. Is it a little cheesy? Yes. Okay, it is. Totally unintentional, right? That's just how it is. I'm waiting for them to nerf it. I hope that what blur is now, that posterizer take, will get the love that it truly deserves. Okay, because that to me doesn't make much sense. I've tried running with the poster take, and I'm like, again, guys, 99 dunk, 90 vert, all the animations equipped and all this, and I'm still getting the world's smallest meters with poster take. Meanwhile, people with deep bomber are shooting half court freaking phase consistently. You know, so I feel like there needs to be a little bit of a balance with a lot of these badges because I want to use them. I want to use a lot of them. I don't want to just keep using blur take, but as of right now, there's nothing that is more beneficial than blur take. You know, does that make sense? It's like I just feel like I'm forced to use it, even though I want to use these other ones. I'm putting myself at a disadvantage because of how good this one is compared to all the others. Real quick though, I want you guys to listen to this conversation because again, I'm not the only one that feels this way.
There's no animation. Like, there needs to be more contacts, man. There's not enough contacts in this game. You don't get any contacts, and if you do, the meter is fucking like, I'm not saying it should be massive, like the low taper fade, but like, damn.
Okay, I will admit that rim running though is pretty dumb. Okay, like nobody wants to sit there and watch you run to the rim 10 times to score twos. Okay, especially in this game where shooting is easy and people are hiding behind screens scoring threes. That I understand. So again, that's another disadvantage if that's how you want to look at it. I do think that this build is viable on every single park game. You could do threes, you could do fives, you could do ones, you could do twos. I don't know why I said it in that order, but I did. Okay, so this build can do it all. You can play any game mode you want on it. But you're going to be average at pretty much everything. You're not going to be the best shooter. You're not going to be the best ball handler. You'll be one of the best finishers. But in order to get a lot of these finishers, your team needs to throw you lobs. They need to understand that you're dunking this ball. And your center can't sit in the paint constantly. So keep that in mind, okay? All right, so now I'm going to show you guys my attributes and the things that I was thinking about when I made this build. All right, so here you guys go. As you can see, let's talk about the basics. You got the 99 dunk, the 89 midi, the 83 three-pointer, the 86 ball handle, the 80 speed with ball, okay? Now, again, I made this build day one. I didn't know the requirements for certain things, so I did get pretty lucky. Now, as you can see, my perimeter is only an 85. I do wish I changed that to an 87. That way I can use 5 cap breakers in order to get that to a 92, which gives you Hall of Fame clamps and better defense overall. Now, 90 vertical, you need that 90 vertical in order to meet the requirements for the one-legged contact dunks, okay? So the off one leg contact dunks. You need a 96 for the two legs, but I wanted both. 81 speed, 81 agility. Now, as you can see, I'm using my cap breakers right now to upgrade my speed and possibly my agility, only because there's no other stats that I could upgrade that's going to be super beneficial. So again, if I have that 87 perimeter, I'm using those 5 cap breakers to get that 92. Since I'm not able to meet that, I'd rather just be faster, okay? Because the way I'm looking at it is the speed agility is going to help me on both ends. Well, you know, if I were to just upgrade my perimeter defense to a 90, yeah, I'm playing better defense, but I'm not getting a whole lot out of it, whereas speed and agility affects me on both ends. One of the other things I would change is the pass accuracy. Guys, trust, please. I knew it since like day 2 of the game that pass accuracy was going to be important. How fast you throw that ball is all determined on how high your pass accuracy is. On my other build, I have an 82 pass accuracy, which still isn't incredibly high, but it's pretty decent, and I'm whipping that thing, okay? The reason that I wish I had a better pass accuracy on this guy is because of the defensive rebound I have. As you can see, it's an 80. That comes clutch, okay? That the 80 defensive rebound, you're snagging, especially with the 90 vertical. I'm grabbing it over centers. I'm doing some crazy stuff as a rebound, but say you're playing threes or even twos. If your teammate's open, you're able to whip that ball to them significantly faster, which allows you to score more easily. That is crucial when you play this game, dude. Score as fast and as efficient as you can before you got to do some crazy stuff in order to score the ball. All right, so here are my upgraded badges. I'm pretty sure I said Shifty Legend earlier. I meant Set Shot. That Hall of Fame lightning launch is crazy important. And here's the overview of all my badges in general. If you guys don't like certain things that I upgraded with my badges, of course, make the changes, especially depending on the game mode you're playing. Now, after seeing all my attributes, some of you guys might be kind of concerned with specific upgrades that I totally get. Now, as much as I want a 92 perimeter, I'm clamping fools up a lot of the times, okay? Like, defense is a skill in this game, which it's also RNG sometimes. The one thing that I've realized is that I wasn't playing good defense at the beginning of the game. You got to play a little bit differently, okay? Depending on specific guys, like the 7-4, it's kind of good to sit on their hip if you see them dribbling a bit. Not holding L2 constantly or holding up on your right stick constantly could help you clamp them a whole lot more. Because if you're holding L2, you're kind of sidestepping, and that's probably how you get rim ran on a bunch. So, you know, it's again learning their tendencies and what they do and the moves in the game. People in this game tend to play pretty identical from one to the next. Okay, it's just they're using the same animations, the same moves. Some of the attributes might be different, and they might have a different play style, but overall, you get the gist of what they're doing pretty quickly. Now, you're not going to see too many people with the 99 dunk, so I think that's why I have an advantage sometimes. You know, if you're playing with people that you know, or even decent people, they're going to throw you lobs, they're going to get you easy points, and you're going to score the ball differently than how everyone else is scoring, which makes it look easier. So take advantage of that as well. Come up with your own play style and just fine tune it. Okay, it's not like I made this build and I just was really good all of a sudden. No, I was so ass. I'm still trying to figure it out though. Another thing that I totally forgot to mention is that, which is a huge pro, is that again, people see that dunk, you rim run once. It's a hard word to say, so I had to break it down. Rim run. And you watch the other people on the team try to pick up and try to get you blocked or whatever it is, you know? So you got to make that extra pass. You got to manipulate the other team into doing what you want to do. Shoot a fade, shoot a three, rim run twice, score the ball, and try to change it up. Okay, don't do the same move every single time unless they're absolutely trash and you can get away with it. Decent players are going to pick up on it. They're going to make adjustments. They're going to make switches. Now, speaking of switches, if you play against good players, you'll watch the center drop down, and then the guard will go pick up the person on the perimeter. When they start doing that, you got to kind of get a feel for how to score the ball, okay? So that's when I fade, basically, is like I'll get somewhat close to the paint, and the minute that I see the center try to like pick up, I'm either passing that ball or I'm fading in the middle of the switches. Now, to be frank with y'all, okay? This build isn't going to be for everybody. I'm not saying you can make this build and become good. I feel like to make this build, you have to be pretty decent at the game because, again, there's nothing that you do that's going to give you an extreme advantage. You're not stroking that ball from deep. You're not the best pick and roller. You're not the best defensive player, and you're not the best ball handler. But what makes this build so good is you can do all of that very well, okay? So it's an all-around very good build, but you're not exceeding in a single thing. You might look at the 99 dunk and be like, well, dude, you have a 99 dunk, you're exceeding in that. Yes, you're right, okay? But if you're playing with randoms or if there's certain things in the game that's going to stop you from scoring inside the paint. There's multiple inside centers or, oh my God. Tell me this hasn't happened to you. How many times are you playing with a 6'2 guard, right? Most likely a random 6'2 guard, and they're setting you screens. Oh, dude, that drives me insane. What is your screen going to do for me, buddy? Right? Get out of my way at that point, okay? Which the reason I don't like when they set screens is because it just brings all the defenders right on top of you, making it even harder to score. Anyways, that's going to do it for my video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, sub, would of course mean the world. Peace.